I love the way you explained how we really have to reframe how we think about food and the food that we eat. And especially for us, having grown up in a certain time period, you know, our ideas and beliefs about food are totally different. So I love the way you explain that about inverting that food pyramid, because I think that's really important, especially with our genetically modified foods. Can you speak a little on that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So let's take, for instance, the genetically modified. So gluten is really, you know, trending right now. And a lot of people sincerely do have sensitivities to gluten, whether you're aware of it or not. But if you have digestive issues, that is huge. That is like your gut telling you something is not right down there. And I could go on for hours about dysbiosis and inflammation. But to bring it down into a nutshell, I'm gonna do this really quickly. So gluten is a normal part of the wheat. Okay, that's the way God created it. It's there. But when the companies started doing the GMOs, and genetically modifying it, it made the gluten go from microscopic to visible. It, like, I don't know how many hundreds of times it made the gluten bigger. And our bodies are not able to break that down. We don't have the proper chemicals in our body to break down that gluten. So we get so much more of it in all of these processed foods that we're eating, whether it's Doritos or crackers or pastas or breads, everything that's been genetically modified. We're bombarded with such an overload of this gluten that it permeates. It actually breaks little holes in our intestinal lining, and that's what's making that. And the little pieces actually get into our bloodstream. Our white blood cells work overtime trying to break those down and to fight against them. And eventually our immune system gets so overworked and so overwhelmed and so exhausted that it starts fighting everything, even our own bodies. And that's how the Hashimoto's comes in, and the Graves' disease, and the adrenal fatigue, all of these things, because our body never has a time to settle down. So the GMOs, a lot of people take a stand one way or the other. And it's really, it's a big learning curve to be able to find the foods that aren't genetically modified, but it's so worth your health and the longevity and the quality of our life as we get older, because we might not be showing up with symptoms right now, but they're piling up. It's just like piling up on top of each other, and sooner or later it's going to show up somewhere, whether it's in the brain fog or the migraine headaches or even heart conditions, lung conditions, the bronchitis and the asthma, the autism. Like, all of these things are coming from, a lot of it, if it's not solely from the GMOs, it's definitely being contributed from GMOs.
Wow. It's really amazing. So knowing all of that, you do know about all of that, how do you help your clients? How do you help them overcome some of those obstacles?
So that's a great question. Each one of us is a bio individual, so it's not like a set program for each person. So we're going to sit down, I'm going to talk to you, you're going to talk to me about what your health concerns are. What are these daily nagging symptoms that you're dealing with every day, whether it's the energy crashes or the insomnia or the gut, digestive issues, is it constipation, gas, diarrhea. There's so many different ways that, we just, we'll take a Tums or a Tylenol for a headache. There's all of these all these things do is just mask the symptom, but the symptom is still there. So when I work with each individual, we dig down and find the root cause of what's causing all of these symptoms. And 90% of the time it's food, or at least food 100% of the time is contributing to it. Some of these things like diabetes could be genetic, but if you're feeding into that, it's going to only make the symptoms worse, and the progressiveness of that disease go faster. So what we want to do is put the reins on it. Autoimmune is there, but if we can control the symptoms, that's going to make our life a lot easier. So to answer your question, is finding the root cause for each individual, using food as medicine. So we do an elimination, and then we start reintroducing those foods back and seeing how your body is reacting. But the beautiful part about that, again, like going back to your first question with diets, is that when you look at food as medicine and we start eliminating all these foods that cause the inflammation and heal the leaky gut and the dysbiosis in the gut, your digestion is going to improve, your mood is going to improve, your energy is going to improve, your sleep is going to improve. And the bonus is the weight falls off. So I always look, like people come to me, I want to lose 60 pounds, or I want to lose. Well, let's look at these other things, because when we start focusing on these other issues, the quality of your life is going to become so much better, and the weight is just like bonus. It just goes away. So it's refocuses, reframing how we look at diet.
Awesome. Wow. Awesome. Sounds great. You have a lot going on. You have some great information to share, and I look forward to learning more about it myself to help me with some of my personal issues. This has been great, Pam. Thank you so much. And it was so great speaking with you today about all the wonderful things that you do.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.